Okay, today, guys, I think one of the most important piece of video I'm trying to share today, which is about a move that Donald Trump did about Jerusalem, and now there is debates that was going on in United Nations, and I think it's a message that they leave the United States along with these issues. But I think as a President Trump idea to move his embassy to Jerusalem, I think it was a dumb idea because he thinks just because his idea would dominate air, seas, socials, the all military bases around the world. I think that's his power, that he thinks he can do whatever he wants to. But I think as we get closer to World War III, with all these issues going on around the world, with this China, with Taiwan, and I know there is a dispute between China and Taiwan about Taiwan, and there is Russia and Crimea and Ukraine, and there is United States now helping those against Russians separatists, and all this Iran and Afghanistan. There is Iran and Afghanistan and India border dispute going on, and I think that's gonna make us to start World War III against all these governments, because this is the overseas, and here in America there's all this movement with China and Russia and Venezuela and Cuba and Nicaragua, and there's dispute too between Guatemala and United Kingdom about Belize, because Belize belongs to Guatemalan people, and there is Argentine las islands of Falcons, Islas Malvinas, which is belongs to the Argentine lands, which is Great Britain is occupying now. And there is the other problem too, Venezuela and Guyana, which is an issues that going on with Essequibo, which is a land that is occupied by Guyana French colonials that belongs to Venezuela. So this dispute against each state, but all start with Trump. If it's gonna be a World War III with those issues, I think all other states they gonna start occupying, or they not gonna be on the diplomatic side to solve those differences territorial. So and I think is and I hope that the president can be an intelligent, a smart guy, but I think he's not smart. The only smart people in our history, I think, is Jesus, George Washington, Lincoln, Che, Fidel, and all other astronauts, and Cuauhtemoc, and Tecumumang, Steve Jobs, Columbus, Geronimo, and all other scientists. Scientists, there is a lot of scientists that have contributed to our society, like all this making phones, all this making airspace, or making good things for better life for a human. And I think that's all those are intelligent people that contribute, and I hope we have those intelligent people in the United Nations to contribute to seek peace for our society, for our humankind. But I think Trump, I think he's an astute, an opportunist, just like the Pope, like the priests, and like the presidents, and all this like narcos. I think there are all these astute people that they use the good things to benefit themselves. So that's that Trump has been doing under his administrations, in all these astute people that is in Wall Street now, like astute people like printing money, because I think whoever invented money for good reason to make people doing good things, but those astute people like Trump, like Wall Street, like those every country has now printing their own money. I think those the astute people just to destroying all this our society and think. I think as his slogan, like one of the slogan which I like is America first. And I just want to tell Trump, and I just want to tell you as a Anglo speaking in America, America is a continent, not a country. If it's any World War III, it's gonna be or soon or later or next couple of years. I think as an American, we should stay together under this slogan, American first, because we can disagree with different issues with Trump administration and other presidents in Mexico, Central, South America. They have differences, economic, political, how we see things, even about the world that they're trying to build. But if it's a World War III, I think all the American presidents, astute president, they should put aside those differences. They should come together under one idea of America's first. And I think we all, as a citizen of this continent, American, I think I will never turn my back against the government of United States if it's a World War III. So because I know we have a lot of our own people lives in the United States. I think that's the main idea of this, and I hope we can really think about this continent if the World War III starts. And we should stick together, and we should think more about those military bases of United States around the world, not use them to make suffering other people. We should make more white courts to make contact with the people, to make them the trust in the in America, the continent, that we have sending more white courts people to help communities around the world, not sending military bases to other people to hate the leading of United States, which is now rolling back with the under this Trump presidency, his idea of patriotism. So, but I think it's a rolling back all these policies that so many great citizens like Ronald Reagan and other like Kennedy, which is the most important president in the history of this country. Kennedy, they rule this military base as with diplomacy, not with aggressions. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this, and I hope you can share this idea, the America first, but the America, the continent, not a country. And thanks you guys, and hope see you soon. I hope one of those days during this time, and I just want you to thank you guys for being subscribing and share it if you think you are a real American with values of real Native American.